What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. Alright guys, real quick, just want to apologize. Took a whole day off yesterday. I know it's crazy to apologize or something like that, but I feel like responsibility when I don't make content. I feel kind of bad about it, but your boy needed a damn break. Wife's back to work now after 18 months off, and it is mayhem in my house. So, two kids, no wife to help in the mornings right now. So I'm pretty much handling everything. So it's been pretty hectic. I needed just a little breather. But we're back here again, and I want to talk about something that's been discussed numerous times by many different people, and I want to kind of just give my take on it. So first off, Mythril ore. We know it is a prized commodity in this game. We know it is hard to get a hold of unless you're willing to pay for it or just you have a limited amount every month. So let's talk about where to get yourself Mythril ore or the best places to do so. So in your dungeon section, you're going to have a crisis dungeon, right? And each of these crisis dungeons, when you do them the first time, will offer you, on the hard mode at least, some Mythril ore. So you can actually rack yourself up quite a bit of these in the beginning, but then it becomes a little bit more difficult to get them. You guys can see every dungeon drops 5, 10, and then so overall 25, right? You can get 25 if you get an S plus on all of these harder dungeons. Now, if you go to the very hard dungeons, they also drop them, I believe, at a lower rate. Let's take a quick look here. First time rewards, 15. Yeah, just 15 on those ones. Okay, so you can get yourself 15 every month as well too. So total 30 of them every month, which is enough to actually level up a weapon from 80 to 90. So very important to note, these dungeons do matter, but unfortunately the hard modes only happen once. So that's why it's important to hold on to them. Now, there's also in the exchange section a one-time spot here for them as well, where you can purchase them. I highly recommend you do so because, again, they are a prized commodity. There you go. There's 50 for one, so you can get up to 30 of them, which is, again, able to push you from 80 to 90. All right, so there's another spot you can get them. And then, of course, places to purchase them. You can purchase them from the shop. Please spend responsibly. Don't just go out there spending all your money as much as you possibly can just because you want to stay ahead of the game. Game is very free-to-play friendly, so there you guys go. You guys can see here my credit card has been reattached for other games in case I need them, but there you guys go. So all of this stuff here is available to purchase. You guys can purchase them from the weekly shop, the daily shop, etc. Just again, please spend responsibly, okay? So you guys can see here I only do the free dailies. And then lastly, there is a place you can exchange them. I believe you can never get them in the guild shop, so don't worry about that. I think there might be an exchange shop here where you can actually exchange them somewhere here. Does Metal Exchange ever offer it? I don't think Co-op ever does. If I remember correctly, it actually never does, right? Let's just go double check. I'm pretty positive, though. It's only the blueprints here. Yeah. So that's essentially the only place to get them, guys. So again, very, very important to know how to use them, where to use them, and why, right? So here is my advice to you guys. Take it as you will, grain of salt, or take it seriously and run with this. The way I function with my Mythril ore is very straightforward, and I think this is gonna have to be the method of a lot of people use. So you guys can see here, I have a lot here. Let me see. Let me go to default. Let me go to level. Let me go here, and you guys can see. Let's go descending. You guys can see how many 90s I have, okay? And there's going to be a trend here for my level 90s. So, Kuja's sword, Edged Wings, Fairy Tail, Amaranth's Claws, Zidane's sword, Maritime sword, the Murasame. From there, you guys can see majority of these are sitting at 80, right? Bald Eagle 80, Torn Wings at 80, Shinra Blade at 80, etc. Right? A lot of these are just sitting at 80, and then some are even going further down and sitting at 70. There's a reason behind that, and I want to explain my reasoning of why I do it this way, okay? And you guys can, of course, again, mimic this, adjust however you want, or disregard it altogether. But I want to give you guys at least my reasoning, because a lot of people do ask, Payne, what weapons should you get to 90? So here is my train of thought on it. First off, your main weapons that you use as your primary and secondary weapons, for the most part, should be 90. Your primary weapon should always be 90. So Kuja's sword is a primary, Spirit Blade is a primary weapon for Sephiroth for me, so it's level 90, right? Edge Wings, a primary weapon, level 90. Fairy Tail, obviously, primary weapon, level 90. Amaranth's Claws, primary weapon. Zidane's sword, primary weapon, etc., right? And some of these are backup weapons. So for the most part, though, primary weapons for me, the ones that sit in the first slot, will always be level 90. Anything that's secondary and sub usually sit around level 80, depending how good they are for their R abilities. And that's where it becomes very important to note. These abilities here is going to dictate what you push to 90 or what you don't, right? Because, for example, if I want to push Vivi's magical gun to get my boost limit break up, because it's a higher amount than 2 only, you would do that. But in this case, it's only a 2 increase. So why would I push the extra 30 Mythril ore for something that's not worth it? So here is the way I figure out how I want to do this, right? If I go by filter and you go by our abilities, my main things are focusing on the R abilities when I boost to 90. So specifically, well, not even this one. I usually just do these two, right? And if I go back to the stats, I go boost attack, boost magic attack. Those are usually where I look at the main weapons. And those are the ones that will usually give me the abilities I'm looking for. So for example, boost magic attack plus 30. So when I push this pushed the boost ability potency plus 16. Remember, when level 90 only boosts the second R ability, right? So boost ice potency, well, at the time, this was important, obviously, so I did it, right? Boost physical ability potency is huge. It's huge, so you absolutely want to push that to 90 to get that up, right? And same with this one. This one got pushed to 90. This one here has water potency. At the time, I was fighting Ramu, and that was important for me. So I pushed that to get my R ability up one more slot to do more water damage. For this one here, it's lightning potency. Absolutely. Another big one, right? So at the time, I was able to push this further to get myself a level 4 with another weapon. So that gave me an extra 40% lightning damage versus 25%. So understanding what you want out of your weapon is very important. So for example, Bald Eagle here is actually one I probably could push to boost ice potency, but remember also the rarity matters so much in this, right? Because if you don't have the proper rarity, these abilities don't really boost that much. Like if I go one more, this goes to 21, right? Versus if I just level it up, it goes to 18. So it's important also to remember it's okay to save some of the weapons for higher overboost. Put them in your wish list, and then when you get the higher overboost, then you level them up further to 90. Because that way, you're kind of like allowing luck to dictate where you're going with things. Because for example, if this, I got a lot of Bald Eagles. I don't know how as a free-to-play player, I just kept getting the drops, right? But if I were to able to get this to, let's say, overboost 6, and both of these go up, then absolutely I will push this to 90 to get the boost ice potency and then put it as a sub weapon for Sephiroth, right? Because he's got the ice potency for edge wings. So these are the kind of things that you wanna understand before you push something to 90. Because again, look at this, the 133 out of 30, I've been saving these for a while. This will only help me push 4 more weapons to level 90, and then I'm screwed, right? So it's important to remember that, guys. Once a month, you're getting yourself the ability to get 1 weapon to 90 as a free-to-play player. So don't just willy-nilly use them. Understand, number 1, your R ability, your last one, is it worth getting up? Number 2, is it a main weapon that you're going to use for a long time? And number 3, can these Mythril ores be saved until one of these weapons get boosted further into OB6 or further, right? Then you want to use them. Because again, if I keep getting more Bald Eagles, then it makes sense to push this to 90. But if I stop getting Bald Eagles, then it might not be worthwhile to push this to 90 right now until I get more OBs on my wish list, right? So keep that in mind. So that's the way I usually handle things, right? Because you have to remember, these R abilities in the bottom are the most important R abilities in my opinion, right? Because they push the magic ability, etc. further. Like, look, if I want this Power Soul to go further, but the problem is it's only pushing it by 3 points, right? And you have to remember, if this is a sub weapon, this is being cut by half, right? So like, I need even more points to get to 15. This alone will get me to 6 points, and then from there, I need another weapon that can push me to 15 points. So I still need quite a few more points, right? So before you push something to 90, guys, look at the rest of your R abilities that you want to really focus on, and see if you have enough of them as sub weapons to push your character to get the boost you want in the specific R ability you're looking for. All right, so that's what I want to talk about, because a lot of people are asking me like, hey Payne, how do you decide on what you want to push to 90? Well, for me personally, again, it's main weapons, and then any R abilities that I really, really want, especially, of course, the bottom R ability. That's the one that matters most, because that's what gets affected by 90. And understanding if I have enough of that R ability in other weapons to help me get the level that I'm looking for. Okay, so when you guys are doing this, guys, very important to note that don't just start upgrading every weapon. That's another big mistake I see a lot of people do, and then they complain they don't have any gil. Don't just push every weapon up and boost it up. This game is meant for you to pick and choose and understand your builds and understand what you're looking for in your character. So it's very important, guys, to sit down maybe and look at your weapon list and be like, hey, let me look at all my R abilities. Use the filters. The filters are very, very intuitive in this case for this specific part. Like understanding, for example, I want to do magic ability. How many weapons do I have with that ability? Okay, here we go. These are the ones. Do I have enough R abilities here to push this to get me to level 15, for example, right? Because let's just say you want to get this boost ability to 15 and you know that you have these as sub weapons. Well, do you have enough, right? And if you don't, then you don't want to level this up to 90. You want to wait till you get the proper weapons. Look at this. I've had no luck with Sun Umbrella. So you want to wait till you get some of these weapons up first, and then you can push yourself to 90. For now, save it. Save it till it makes sense. Save it till it makes sense to your account. Again, take this with a grain of salt if you want, but this is my advice. I've been able to save a ton of gil. I've been able to save a lot of Mythril ore, and I've been able to be a little more diligent and smart about the way I pick and choose what I want to push to 90, and it's absolutely helped my account progress further in terms of every piece of content, right? All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was insightful. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.